But joining me in studio is Steven Benmor. He is a family law lawyer, and he joins us on a monthly basis to talk about issues that are surrounding divorced couples and their kids. And it's so good to have you back in studio with us.
Great to be back. Thanks, Rita.
So we're talking today about, specifically the March break is fast approaching, and a lot of parents right now are thinking about plans on what they want to do with the kids, whether it means taking them on a trip or just the activities that they want to get them involved with. And for parents who are not divorced, pretty easy thing to do. But when you're divorced, a lot of things play a part in the decision as to what the kids are going to be doing. So let's talk a little bit about what parents can do, for instance, when it comes to trips.
Sure.
If the ex-spouse doesn't want to sign a form to allow them to go away, what can they do?
Well, it used to be that if someone wanted to travel with their child, whether they're still married with their spouse or not, you just needed a birth certificate. And in the last few years, certainly since 9/11, there's been this movement towards always having a passport with you in order to cross the border. So when you apply for a passport, typically you require both parents to sign for the child's passport application. And of course, where the parents are split up and there's not the same level of cooperation that existed when they were together, somebody might say, hey, I don't agree with the trip, therefore I'm not signing the passport application, and therefore it's a problem. So we've had a flurry of cases, certainly well before Christmas and before March break and sometimes before the summertime, where people retain lawyers and they go to court and they ask the judge to order that the trip be allowed and order that the signature on the passport application not be required. Hopefully that's not something that happens too commonly, but we've seen that happening more and more because of the fact that people are choosing to get a passport in order to travel. Parenting children is really a two-person process. It's the two parents, and the idea is that each parent should have a fairly maximal contact with each child. So if whatever happened at court a year or 2 or 3 years ago and an access schedule was created for one parent where it said you have access on such and such schedule, and that parent has exercised it and wants to grow on it, wants to build on it, wants to have more time with the children, then it would be appropriate for that person to try to negotiate it with their ex-spouse, and if they couldn't, then to either go the route of mediation and hire a private mediator to help them work it out, and in the worst case scenario, go before a judge and say, look, judge, I've been exercising my access since the time we separated, but I'd like to see my children more. They're enjoying me, I'm enjoying them. Let's try to work towards a better arrangement for the kids to have a maximum relationship with each parent.